Good morning, everybody. So today is April 22nd, 2021, and the class is for Master in Business Administration second semester students. The subject is marketing management. In the first class, I have said that today is April 21st uh, by mistake, but it's April 22nd for human resource management class, right? That I mean the earlier class that we have today, right? So the topic that we are going to discuss today is consumer behavior, right? The topic that we are going to discuss today is consumer behavior, right? So let's start with it. So coming down to the concept of consumer behavior, let us understand what consumer behavior is from the start, right? Astro and Smith have defined consumer behavior as actions of consumer in the marketplace and the underlying motives for those actions. Actions of consumer at the marketplace and the underlying motives for those actions. Right. Here, marketers actually expect that they should understand what causes consumer to buy a particular good or service so that they may be able to understand it deeper, right? Marketers are always interested in determining what products are needed by the consumers. So market, the interest of marketer always lies in the cause. What is the reason why our consumer is purchasing a particular product or a particular service, right? If we talk about the marketplace, we have to find out what are obsolete and how best we can present the required goods to the consumer. What is obsolete? The products and services that consumer is not purchasing or not liking at all become obsolete, right? Is obsolete, in which the consumer is no in which consumer is not interested at this moment of time, right? The goods and services or the technology in which the consumer is showing almost no interest has become obsolete. Now, what are those goods and services to which the consumer is showing more interest is an area of concern for all the marketers, because we have, as a marketer, we have to provide those products and services to the consumer that consumer want to have, right? Now, consumer behavior is the behavior that the consumer displays in searching for, purchasing, using, evaluating, and disposing of products, services, and ideas that they expect. Right. Now, let us understand it. Consumer behavior may be defined. Behavior may be defined as a process of searching. Searching for means searching for what? Searching for information, purchasing that particular product or service, using that particular product or service, evaluating that particular product or service, and disposing of that particular product or services, right? That they expect will satisfy their needs, right? So consumer behavior is a process which includes searching for, it involves searching for, purchasing, using, evaluating, and disposing of product or services and ideas that they expect will satisfy their needs. So this is what is the process of consumer behavior, right? Now let's look further. One of the comprehensive definition of consumer behavior was given by Schiffman, right? So according to Schiffman, consumer behavior is the study of how an individual makes decision to spend their available resources, time, money, and efforts on consumption oblique related items, right? It includes the study of what they buy, when they buy, where they buy, how often they buy it, and how often they use it, right? This definition is the most comprehensive definition and widely accepted, and it starts from this definition is universally accepted because it includes actual buying and after purchase behavior of the consumer also, right? This definition includes all the activities which starts from before buying the product till the post purchase behavior of the consumer. So this definition, which was given by Schiffman, is considered to be the most acceptable definition of consumer behavior in this world. The main objective of studying consumer behavior is to satisfy the needs of the consumer, right? That is the reason consumer behavior is studied, because the marketers want to satisfy the needs of the consumers, right? Here the focus is on the decision of here the focus is on the decision process. Here the focus is on the decision process so that the resources may be utilized in the best possible manner. Time, money, right, can be utilized in the most efficient manner in order to understand the consumer behavior, right? Now, consumer oblique customers. Let us identify and understand the differences in between the consumer and customers. Mostly these two terms, that is the consumer and the customers, are used interchangeably, but is it right to use them interchangeably? Let us understand, right? Using both the terms interchangeably is not justified, right? Why it is not justified? The term consumer and used to represent a situation where a product is getting consumed by him, and customer is a person, and customer is a person who is not directly consuming the product. Consumer is the person who is directly consuming the product. Customer may be the person who is not directly consuming the product. Customer might be consumer is purchasing the product for his own consumption, like you are purchasing food for your own consumption. But customer is the person who is purchasing that particular item or that particular article in order to do some value addition and to resell it, right? Like industrial consumers, you are a street food vendor is purchasing vegetables and he's preparing food to sell to other people, not for his own consumption, right? Therefore we are consumer of food, drugs, etc., but customers in case of garments, customer durables, cars, etc., right? The term consumer is usually used the term consumer is generally used to denote two different types of entity: individual consumers who buys goods, services, ideas, etc. for personal use or maybe for household use, right? Consumer may be individual consumer who buys
कस्टमर
certain.
वाला एक बार फिर से बता दी
कौन सा बेटा? कौन सा वाला?
सर कस्टमर वाला रिपीट कर दीजिए सर कंज्यूमर वाला सर
बेटा कस्टमर
कंज्यूमर
और
मतलब
कंज्यूमर
समझ में
में,
तो आ गया
हाँ,
कस्टमर बता दी
कस्टमर में मैंने ये कहा कस्टमर इज द पर्सन हु मे नॉट बी द एंड यूजर। मतलब कस्टमर जो भी प्रोडक्ट परचेज कर रहा है वो जरूरी नहीं वो प्रोडक्ट खुद कंज्यूम भी करे। कस्टमर प्रोडक्ट परचेज करता है और उस प्रोडक्ट में कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन करके उसको रीसेल करता है, ठीक है? जैसे अभी यहाँ मैंने कंज्यूमर के केस में दो तरह के कंज्यूमर्स बता रहा हूँ। एक मैंने बताया इंडिविजुअल कंज्यूमर जो अपने लिए अपने लिए प्रोडक्ट परचेज कर रहा है और उसको कंज्यूम कर रहा है। दूसरा होता है इंडस्ट्रियल कंज्यूमर। इंडस्ट्रियल कंज्यूमर वो होता है जो प्रोडक्ट को परचेज करता है और उसमें कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन करके नया प्रोडक्ट बनाता है और उसके बाद उसको बेचता है। तो जो प्रोडक्ट को डायरेक्टली खुद कंज्यूम कर रहा है, ठीक है, मिसाल के तौर से आप अपने लिए अपने घर में खाने पीने का सामान खरीद के लाए, आपने अपने घर में खाना बनाया और खुद खा लिया, आप हो गए कंज्यूमर। मगर आप खाने पीने का सामान खरीद के लाए, आपने खाना बनाया लेकिन उस खाने को बेचा, तो आप हो गए कस्टमर इस केस में, ठीक है। और जो आपसे खाना खरीद रहा है वो हो गया कंज्यूमर, ठीक है। तो कस्टमर मे नॉट बी दी एंड यूजर, means consumer is the end user, he is consuming that particular product or service, but customer may not be the end user, matlab customer is a person who is not directly consuming the product, right? Now the second is the organizational or business or industrial consumer, right? Who is the person buying the goods and services, ideas, etc., for processing them and selling them by doing certain value addition, and he is selling them maybe to some organizations or to some other consumers, right? For example, here, if the purpose is of purchasing the furniture is to be used for the personal use, you are consumer. If the furniture is purchased by the office, it is an organizational purchase, right? You have purchased the consumer furniture for your home, you are using it all by yourself. But if you have purchased the furniture for your office, you are not using it all by yourself, but you are using it for business purposes, right? Now coming down to the next one, buyers and users. What are the differences in between buyers and users? Let us understand it also. Both buyers and users are again used interchangeably, but buyer is a person who buys the product, ठीक है। But buyer may or may not buyer sometimes but buyer may or may not be the user of the product. For example, a daughter buys a shawl for her mother, right? Here daughter is the buyer who have buy the shawl, but user is the mother, right? So in certain cases buyers and users are same, but in certain cases buyers and users are similar. So the term buyer and user should not be used interchangeably, right? Now coming down to the next, consumer behavior versus consumption behavior. What are the differences in between consumer behavior and consumption behavior? Consumer behavior is the behavior which is in case of micro behavior. Consumption behavior is in the case of macro behavior. Consumer behavior is always micro behavior, right? And consumption behavior is always macro behavior, right? Consumer behavior is concerned with individuals, right? Because it is micro behavior. Consumer behavior is concerned with individuals, that is the reason it is micro behavior, right? Consumption behavior on the other hand is related with masses of such individuals, right? Consumer behavior is individual behavior, while consumption behavior is the behavior of masses, that is a collection of individuals, right? Consumer behavior focuses on the decision process of the individual consumer or the consuming unit, right? Consumer behavior focuses on the consumer behavior of individuals, but not of aggregates, not of groups. It encompasses the efforts and explain the process behind the choice of product time at times, right? But in but on the other hand, consumption behavior, if we talk about, is explaining the behavior of aggregate of individual, not individual but aggregate of consumers, aggregate of individual consumers. Consumption behavior is the behavior of group of individuals who are depicting their consumer behavior. So that is how it is the behavior of aggregates, right? Either at a given point of time or at a particular point of time or over a period of time, like that of consumption behavior, like that of consumer behavior, right? So basically, if I summarize it, consumer, I mean, consumption behavior and consumer behavior, consumer. If we talk about the differences in between them, in one line, consumer behavior versus consumption behavior. Consumer behavior is the behavior of an individual, that is the micro behavior, right, at a point of time or over a period of time. Consumption behavior is the behavior of a group of individuals or aggregates at a point of time or over a point of time, right? So I hope it is clear. Please respond in yes or no.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right, let us come down to the next slide. Consumer behavior versus buyer behavior. Now let us understand the difference in between the consumer behavior and buyer behavior. We have already seen the differences between buyer and user. Now buyer behavior and consumer behavior, right? Consumer behavior include the activities of both final and intermediate user. Final user is a person who is finally consuming the product, and intermediate user is the person who is not consuming the product, rather he is doing certain value addition to the product, or may not be doing value addition to the product but selling that product to some other person who is consuming the product. Now the consumer are the end users or consumers, but intermediate users are the industrial users who do not consume the product, rather they sell the product to end users. Those goods and services, by adding value to value addition to the goods and services and offering and selling them to the consumers who are ultimately going to consume that particular product or service, right? Therefore buyer behavior mean both end users or the intermediate users, because sometimes, as we have seen, buyer and the user, that sometimes buyer may be the end user, sometimes buyer may not be the end user, right? That is the reason consumer behavior include only the end user and their actions. Consumer behavior means the behavior of end user, the person who is consuming the commodity, and buyer behavior means buyer behavior in here, buyer may or may not be the end user. So if you are studying the behavior of the end user, the appropriate terminology is consumer behavior and not the buyer behavior. All right. Now, 5 roles in the buying decision process, right? There are different roles in the buying decision process, right? Now, let us see what are those 5 important role in the buying decision process, right? Blackwell has described 5 roles in the buying decision making process. Okay, Blackwell has defined 5 roles in buying decision making process. What are these 5 roles? The first is that of initiator. Initiator is the person who begins the process of considering a purchase. He collects the information to help in taking the decision. Initiator is the person who initiates about the purchase of a product. He starts collecting the information about that product or service so that the decision in relation to the purchase of that product or service may be taken. Second is the influencer. Influencer is the person who tries to persuade others in the group to take the decision. Influencer is the person who persuade others in the group who are involved in the decision process or who are influencing the decision process or who are in a position to influence the decision process to give their consent for that purchase. Influencer is the person who is trying to influence all those people whose say or consent is important in purchase decision to give their consent so that that particular product or service may be purchased. Third, next, influencer also gathers the information and try to impose his choice on the decision. Influencer, in order to influence the decision, he gathers the information, and on the basis of that information he gives argument that why we need to purchase that particular product or service, and try to impose his choice with his superior knowledge in that context, because of the information gathered by him, that all the parties who are involved in the decision should get agreed on the purchase of that particular product or service. Right. So this is the role of the influencer. So we have discussed the two roles, the role of initiator and the role of influencer. You may be getting a short note in your examination on this topic, right? Now coming down to the third one, it is decider. Decider is the person who is having the power and the financial authority to make the ultimate choice that which product we will be buying. Right? He is the person who is capable of purchasing that product, because he is having the financial power in order to decide that whether they should be purchasing that product or not. Right? So he is the person who is at the position of taking the decision, right? Because he is having the power to purchase and also control over the finance, that whether because he, as he is having power to purchase and he is having control over the finance, so he is in a position to take the decision or to make the choice that which product or service we are going to purchase, right? Next, fourth, buyer. Buyer is the person who conducts the transaction, right? Buyer calls the supplier, buyer calls the supplier and purchase the product, right? Now who is buyer? Again, buyer is the person who conducts the transactions, right? He contact the supplier, visit the store to purchase, make the payment of the product, and fix the delivery, that when the product should get delivered at the place, right? He is the person who is buyer, means buyer is the person who is actually buying the product. Fifth, user. User is the person who is actually consuming that product, right? User, who is user? User is the person who is actually purchasing that particular, who is actually consuming that particular product, right? So these are the five different roles. The first role is that of an initiator. Initiator is the person who initiates the process of purchase. Initiator makes the people realize that yes, we need to have this particular product, or we need to purchase this particular product, and we may purchase this particular product. He collect a bit of information about that in order to make the people realize that yes, we need certain product. Then comes the role of influencer. Influencer is the person who gathers the information about that product or service and influence all those parties who are involved in the decision, in the purchase decisions, that we should be purchasing that particular product. He gives argument in favor of the product, that why do we need to have such product, right? Why do we need to have such product? What purposes that product will be solving. And he tries to influence, and he tries to gain the consent of all those parties, or majority of those parties who are involved in taking the purchase decision. The third role is that of decider, right? The third role is that of decider. Decider is the person who is having the power to purchase and also the control over the financial resources with the help of which the product may be purchased. Then there comes the buyer. Buyer is the person who is actually making the purchase. He is contacting with the supplier, going to the store, making the payment, and fixed delivery of the product or service. And the last is the user. User is the person who is ultimately consuming that particular product, who is ultimately using that particular product. So these are the five different roles which are very important. These roles are in brief as it is in PowerPoint slide, but you need to elaborate it with the help of a book. All right. Now coming down to the importance of studying consumer behavior, why it is important for us to study consumer behavior as a student of marketing, right? There are numerous reasons why should we be studying consumer behavior as a marketing student, right? As a student of marketing, there are many reasons why should we be studying consumer behavior. Some of these reasons may be summarized in this slide, right? The first reason is consumer do not always act or react as the theory suggests. Okay, consumer never, it is not necessary that whatever theory you have studied, consumer will be behaving accordingly, right? The behavior of the consumer may go beyond the theories that you have studied. This is the reason why it is important to study consumer behavior, because consumer is very dynamic, right? Here, for example, consumer of past react consumer in past were having different consumer behavior, right? They reacted to price levels, and if price and quality have positive relation, means higher is the price, higher is the quality, lower is the price, lower is the quality, right? But nowadays consumer seeks value for money. Even they are paying low, they need to have quality, right? They want to pay less, even they are paying less price, but they want to have good quality, right? Like you can say in case of mi, the price is lower but the quality is comparatively higher, right? This has made many marketers to introduce quality product in affordable price by the customers. Now the second point, consumer preferences of changing and becoming highly diversified. Consumer preferences are changing, they are changing regularly, and they have become highly diversified, right? This shift is because of wide variety of assortments, right? And availability of more choice as compared to earlier, right? Earlier the consumer were having very limited amount of choice, but now with a great amount of assortments, due to wide variety of assortment. And why this wide variety of assortment has came into picture? It came into picture because of liberalization that took place in 1991. Lot many multinational companies have got an opportunity to enter into the Indian market, and now the consumer is having a wide variety of choice, right? For example, customers have many brands of computer to choose: HP, Apple, Compaq, IBM, etc. nowadays, right? You have lot many brands of, if you want to purchase laptop or computer, you have lot many brands from where you can choose, right? The third is knowledge of consumer behavior is necessary to determine the marketing mix that will satisfy the consumer better. In order to determine a perfect marketing mix, you need to have the knowledge of consumer behavior so that you may be able to determine a perfect marketing mix, right? In order to determine a good marketing mix, you need to have good knowledge of consumer behavior, right? Now, fourth point, knowledge of consumer behavior can also serve as a guide to plan and implement the marketing strategies to accomplish the goals of the firm, right? The knowledge of the consumer behavior is very much necessary for making the marketing plans and implementing the marketing strategies so that we may be able to achieve the goals and objectives of the firm. Because unless and until we have a proper idea about the consumer behavior, we will not be in a position to formulate good market plan and to implement them fully, right? And if we are formulating the marketing plan without considering the consumer behavior, then it may lead in a flop show kind of situation. Fifth point, consumer researchers have pointed out that consumers dislike using identical products and prefer to have differentiated product, right? It is with all of us. We do not like to use identical products. Like uh, no one of you would like to wear same kind of clothes with same color and pattern. You always like to wear different kind of clothes. You always want to purchase gadgets, you want to purchase stationery, you want to purchase bags, you want to purchase, any, even spectacles, even goggles, right? Which makes you to look different. You do not want to look identical, you want to create a different image of yours. That is the reason you always look for differentiation, right? Because it is because of your needs, personality and lifestyle that you always try to be, to look different from others, right? Therefore, therefore therefore like there are a few examples which are given here. Maggie has introduced a sauce which was a flavor of sour, right? Chili and sour. The advertisement was very popular, right? Maggie has introduced a new flavor of sour, chili and sour. Obviously, Maggie was is very famous for its Maggie noodles and Maggie sauce, but it introduced a new flavor of Maggie, which was sour and chili, both combined flavor was there, right? Which was in accordance with the choice of most of the customers who are demanding to have such a kind of product, right? Now, 6 point, meeting of special needs of the customers required market segmentations, right? Like in order to meet certain requirements of the customers, you need to have market segmentation, right? We will be discussing market segmentation immediately after understanding the consumer behavior. So in order to meet the special needs of the consumers, we require to have market segmentation. For example, Life Insurance Corporation of India provides different kinds of insurance in order to meet different needs of the people, like Jeevan Suraksha. Jeevan Suraksha is the financial security and post retirement policy, right? Jeevan Suraksha is a policy which is providing financial security and post retirement benefits to the consumers. Asha Deep is medical coverage policy. Jeevan Shri is to retain key individuals in the organization. Next, Jeevan Sarthi is money back with rising insurance cover. And after Jeevan Suraksha, Jeevan Mitra, which is double benefit and endowment plan policy, money back policy, right? So these are different kind of policies that Life Insurance Corporation of India is offering to its customers in order to satisfy their different needs, right? Now, seventh, rapid introduction of new products with technological advancement has made the job of studying consumer behavior more imperative, right? Technology is changing day by day, and organizations are compelled to adopt the recent technology if they want to remain in the competition, right? Because of this technological change, the reasons behind studying consumer behavior, you know it becomes more important to study the consumer behavior because of this rapid change in the technology, right? For example, like change in the information technology, the introduction of new models of computers, laptops, mobile handsets, etc., are making the old models obsolete, right? When a new technology has come, why people will be purchasing the old technology, right? So the old technology will be becoming obsolete. The eighth is your implementing the market concept calls for studying the consumer behavior, right? The shift from selling age to marketing age, right? There is a shift from selling to marketing, right? Now, it is no more selling, but it has become marketing, right? Now you have to identify the consumer needs and turn them into product. It is nothing like that you will be making the product and you will be making effort to sell that particular product, right? You have to use sales tactics in order to sell your product, undoubtedly, even today. But you have to produce, you have to manufacture your product in accordance to the need and demands of the consumers, right? Consumers will not buy anything offered for sale, rather consumer will buy only those particular products and services which he actually need to buy, right? The consumer, that is the reason, will be buying those products which he think will be satisfying his needs and wants. Therefore, identification of the target market before production is very much necessary in order to have the consumer satisfaction, right? So this is about the importance of the consumer behavior. If any question is there in this regard, then please let me know, right? Please come up with your questions.